Recommended and approved development budget 572,722,244 Kenya shillings. Recommended and approved totals 4,815,362,254 Kenya shillings. Department of Roads, Transport and Public Works. Recommended and approved recurrent budget 244,405,006 Kenya shillings. Recommended and approved development budget 1,029,916,379 Kenya shillings. Recommended and approved total budget 1,274,321,385 Kenya shillings. Department of Education. Recommended and approved recurrent budget 560,803,754 Kenya shillings. Recommended and approved development budgets 110,410,378 Kenya shillings. Recommended and approved total budgets 671,214,132 Kenya shillings. Department of Lands, Urban Development, Housing and Energy. Recommended and approved recurrent budgets 253,137,941 Kenya shillings. Recommended and approved development budgets 326,915,650 Kenya shillings. Recommended and approved total budgets 580,053,591 Kenya shillings. Department of Gender, Youth, Sports and Social Welfare. Recommended and approved recurrent budget 144,571,815 Kenya shillings. Recommended and approved development budget 400,158,502 Kenya shillings. Total approved budget 544,730,317 Kenya shillings. Department of Water, Irrigation, Environment and Climate Change. Recommended and approved recurrent budget 146,200,496 Kenya shillings. Recommended and approved development budget 605,611,724 Kenya shillings. Total recommended and approved budget 751,812,220 Kenya shillings. County Public Service Board. Recommended and approved recurrent budget 38,013,709 Kenya shillings. Recommended and approved development budget 21,796,931 Kenya shillings. Total recommended and approved budget 59,810,640 Kenya shillings. County Assembly. Recommended and approved recurrent budget 1,114,313,264 Kenya shillings. Recommended and approved development budget 174.4 million Kenya shillings. Total recommended and approved budget 1,288,713,264 Kenya shillings. County Attorney. Recommended and approved recurrent budget 86,851,773 Kenya shillings. Recommended and approved development budget 6.51 million Kenya shillings. Total recommended and approved budget 93,361,773 Kenya shillings. Honorable Speaker, total recommended and approved recurrent budget by the committee is 10,067,055,062 Kenya shillings, translating to 69.95% of the total budget. The total recommended and approved development budget by the committee is 4,325,130,572 Kenya shillings, translating to 30.05% of the total budget. And the total approved budget, which was also recommended, is 14,392,185,634 Kenya shillings. Honorable Speaker, those were the observations and recommendations by the committee. And in conclusion, Honorable Speaker, we have attached annexure of the notice that went out to the public requesting them to submit their views before the committee and before the House. And there is an annexure of the summary. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, the committee therefore recommends that this Honorable House resolves to A. Approve the report and recommendations of the Budget and Appropriations Committee on budget estimates for fiscal year 2024-2025. B. Approve that this report forms the basis for the preparation of the Appropriation Act of fiscal year 2024-2025. C. Approve that this report forms the basis for the fiscal year 2024-2025 final itemized and detailed budget estimates and the program-based budgets. And D. Approve the County Fiscal Strategy Paper 2024 deviations as recommended by the committee. Therefore, on behalf of the Budget and Appropriations Committee, as required under Article 224 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, read with Section 131, subsection 2 of the PFM Act of 2012, it is my pleasure to present to this Honorable House the committee's report on the fiscal year 2024-2025 budget estimates for consideration and approval. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson for Budget. I now invite members to debate the motion. Proceed, Honorable Kaviu.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Before I contribute to the motion, yesterday, Madam Speaker, we saw one gentleman wearing an official dress for the Speaker. I don't know whether it was yours, because today you look different. But maybe they could have snatched yours too. But back to the motion of the day. I support the report. And Madam Speaker, because we had an opportunity to peruse through the report as it was shared in our wall. And most of the areas that, especially on the development bits, they have been well highlighted and they are connecting to the needs of our people. And also, if you look at the estimates for the on-source revenue, it is kind of making sense because it is an achievable target, and also it creates a room for the county to grow it more. So even as we push to expand it more, I think it is a realistic target. And the virtue that, Madam Speaker, we were also able to agree on most of the items as an assembly. Even if it's not the best, sometimes it's always to agree and meet at a compromised position that we can all agree. So, Madam Speaker, I want to support the report and also request the members we adopt it, so that we can move. And also looking at the timings. Nowadays in the evening, Kenya has become like a weather. It's an unfortunate situation. So we request that we take the shortest time possible so that we can also allow members to go and replace their window pane. So we have read the report and it's good. And my submission is that we take the shortest time possible. Thank you.
Honorable Ndeti.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I've listened to the budget, and I think the Budget Committee has done a very good job in balancing across board. The only thing I wish is you added some little more money to the lands department, because they are carrying out two very important projects, spatial planning and valuation role, which will help in enhancing our revenue collection. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Honorable Mwanga.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for catching my eye. I want to start by applauding the Chair Budget Committee and his members. As Honorable Member for Kenani has said,